Namaste. Welcome to my astrological channel, Akool Saral Jyotish Astrology Simplified. I am Akool, astrological author, analyst, and researcher. First of all, I like to wish Happy New Year 2026 to my beloved viewers and subscribers. Today, I have come up with a very useful technique. It is a new technique I shall share with you, which gives very fantastic result, miraculous result. It is an astrological tool you can use to predict the time of an event, because predicting time of an event is a difficult task in astrology. It can be predicted through dosha and transit, but sometimes some errors occur. In timing the event take place, but maybe some different time. So I am going to discuss a very effective predictive tool through which you would be able to supplement your prediction about timing of an event. The technique is very useful. It is called Dasha Pravesh Paddhati. Dasha Pravesh Paddhati. Predictive technique. I have developed this technique through my research, and it is very effective, and I am going to share this secret today with my loved viewers, and please remain attached to the video until the end to learn the technique. The technique normally doesn't fail. So if your birth time is correct, normally doesn't fail if your birth time is correct. So let us begin. Over the years, many learned astrologers have developed various techniques for making astrological predictions. Some of the astrologers shared their research techniques with the astrological fraternity, while many preferred to keep their research technique private and secret. They didn't share, and they don't want to share. Person like me share, so that my technique is further developed and come in use of many people, come in use for many people. Why to keep a thing secret when it can be used by many people? So it is better to share. It is my mentality, my way of thinking. Today, I shall share my technique of predictions through Dasha Pravesh Paddhati. Pravesh means ingress. When a dosha will enter your life, the date and time. Dosha always enter on a particular date and time, like transit. Today I shall share my technique of prediction through Dasha Pravesh Paddhati. Dasha Pravesh Paddhati works as an add-on tool to reach at a conclusion about the tentative results of an Antardasha during a Vimshottari Mahadasha. I shall explain the Paddhati. Paddhati means method, step by step, for my beloved viewers, for the ease of their understanding and application of the same in the real horoscopes for predictions. So let us begin. Step 1. Find out the date and time of ingress, means entry, of a Mahadasha and Antardasha. It can be put into use for Antardasha also, but Antardasha is a bit time sensitive. Your birth time may not be that accurate, so it is risky and it may be misguiding also. If your birth time is not correct, like that of the horoscope of Srimati Indira Gandhi, then you may be confused if you use Pratyantardasha, because Pratyantardasha is a bit time sensitive but gives accurate prediction. It emerges accurate signal, Pratyantardasha. So, step 1. Find out the date and time of ingress of a Mahadasha and Antardasha. First Mahadasha, then Antardasha. Ingress means entry time. Entry time of a particular Mahadasha in your horoscope. Entry date and time. Step 2. Cast a transit chart based on the date and time of the ingress, means entry, of a Mahadasha and Antardasha. Take transit Lagna also into consideration. There will be a Lagna. At the time, on the date and time of the entry of a Mahadasha or Antardasha in your horoscope, there will be a Lagna also. Take transit Lagna also into consideration. Place of birth will be the birthplace of the native, means your birthplace. Not your existing place, your birthplace. Whatever may be your birthplace, it should be taken into consideration for casting the Dasha Pravesh Chart, DPC, in short DPC. D for Dasha, P for Pravesh, C for Chart, DPC, Dasha Pravesh Chart. Predictive method or technique. Note down the mutual disposition of the transit Lagna and the Lagna Lord of the DPC, means Dasha Pravesh Chart, and the birth Lagna and birth Lagna Lord. Means if in your Dasha Pravesh Chart Lagna region is Aquarius and Saturn will become the Lord in your Dasha Pravesh Chart, and in your birth chart, say Libra is the ascendant and Venus is the Lord. So you examine in the Dasha Pravesh Chart and in your birth chart their mutual disposition. Whether, for example, for Libra Lagna and Aquarius Dasha Pravesh Lagna, they are in mutual 5-9 relationship. It is fantastic. 5-9 relationship, mutual 5-9 relationship. It is fantastic. And Venus and Saturn, say Saturn is in Gemini. Dasha Pravesh Lagna Lord, Saturn is in Gemini, and Mercury and your Dasha and your birth chart Lagna Lord, Venus is in, say, Libra. So they are in also 5-9 relationship. That Dasha, be it Mahadasha or Antardasha, will give you good result because they are in mutual 5-9 relationship. Lagna of the Dasha chart, Lagna of the DPC, means Dasha Pravesh Chart, and Lagna of your birth chart are in 5-9 relationship, and the Lagna Lord of your birth chart and that of Dasha Pravesh chart is also in 5-9 relationship, means mutual trinary relationship. So that particular dosha is likely to give you good result prima facie. Avoid considering Lagna if the birth Lagna is at the beginning degrees or ending degrees of a zodiac sign, because at that time confusion remains whether in which sign Lagna has fallen. If suppose I have recently corrected the birth Lagna of Jawaharlal Nehru. His birth Lagna is used as Cancer, 29 degree 58 minute. 29 degree 58 minute means only 2 minutes. If the Lagna proceeds, come ahead, it will be the Leo Lagna. And I have recast his horoscope with Leo Lagna and undertook research, and that worked fantastically, and that gave accurate result. Many astrologers are using this thing, Cancer Lagna, as the Lagna of Jawaharlal Nehru, without noticing that the degrees of the Lagna is 29 degree 58 minute. Only 2 minute difference, and Lagna move very fast. With only, if you advance his birth Lagna by 2 minutes, it will become Leo. So, it is my advice to avoid considering Lagna if of the Dasha Pravesh Paddhati, if it is at the beginning of the Lagna, say your Lagna is 0.59, then there is doubt. It may be previous sign also. And if your Lagna is say 29 degree 58 minute, then there is a doubt. It may be the next sign also. So it needs correcting the birth time. I know how to correct the birth time. Next point. Examine the Mahadasha Lord and the Antardasha Lord for their dignity and status in the DPC, means Dasha Pravesh Chart, and their disposition in the DPC with reference to the birth chart. Means what is the dignity of the Mahadasha Lord in the Dasha Pravesh chart? Whether it is exalted, whether it is debilitated, whether it is in enemy sign, like that. And it's in which house it is with reference to your Dasha Pravesh chart and that of your birth chart. Everything will be clear. I am going to explain everything in the horoscope with reference to birth chart. Normally, an ADL cannot bypass the overall promise of the MDL. MDL is the king. Antardasha Lord cannot bypass the promise of the Mahadasha Lord. It has to work within the ambit of the promise of the Mahadasha Lord. Because he is the king, he defines. He gives the layout. So it is according to Mahadasha Lord always. If Mahadasha Lord has a promise, a particular Antardasha Lord will fulfill it. Examine the lordships of the MDL and ADL in the DPC, and if they are involved in any Raj Yuga, Dhan Yuga or Dura Yuga. Dura Yuga means bad Yuga. If they are in Raj Yuga, MDL and DL in the respective DPC, means Dasha Pravesh chart, then they will give very good result. If they are in Dhan Yuga, they will give you enough wealth. And if they are in Dura Yuga, they will cause suffering to you. The Mahadasha Lord and Antardasha Lord. Examine the concentration of the transit planets in the DPC with reference to different houses of birth chart and the patterns formed by the transit planets in the DPC. Suppose in your Dasha Pravesh chart, 4-5 planets are in the 10th house, then it is sure that something significant about your career is going to take place during the currency of that Mahadasha and Antardasha. Something significant. It may be bad or it may be good. You may either make leaps and bounds, or what is called progress in your profession, or you may lose your job also. That I will explain. Let us now understand the DPC concept, means Dasha Pravesh concept, with the practical application of the same in the horoscope of Srimati Indira Gandhi. I always use her horoscope because it is the most accurate horoscope. Our astrological fraternity highly rely on our horoscope, on the horoscope of Srimati Indira Gandhi. Birth chart of Srimati Indira Gandhi, a former Prime Minister of India, in South India style. See, please, now you have to remember something, because those things I will be discussing in the Dasha Pravesh chart. These are, because it is a birth chart, na? It is the main chart. Dasha Pravesh chart is like a transit chart, but it gives result. It comes in immense use for analysis of dosha and antardasha. See, Lagna is Lagna of our birth chart. It is our birth chart. Lagna of our birth chart is Cancer, with Saturn therein. What is Saturn? 7th Lord and 8th Lord. The good side of the Saturn as 7th Lord is he is the Lord of Padaprapti, means getting a post, higher post. And bad sign is that he is a Maraka also. 7th house causes death. He is the Lord of both the houses. And 8th house means sudden transformation, year longevity, everything. 8th house can give death also. Mars is the 5th Lord and the 10th Lord is in the 2nd house, Leo. So Mars is the Lord of the profession. 10th Lord, Lord of the profession. And 5th Lord, Lord of intelligence. And many other things I am discussing very briefly. It is in Leo, 2nd house, in a friendly sign, in the birth chart. Sun, the 2nd Lord, and Mercury, 12th Lord and 3rd Lord, is in the 5th house, Scorpio. Rahu and Venus is the 4th Lord and 11th Lord, is in the 6th house of competition, accident, everything. Moon is the Lagna Lord. He is the first rated benefic. Moon is in the 7th house and in Rashi Parivartan Yuga with 7th Lord Saturn. Remaining houses are vacant. Jupiter is the 6th Lord of accident as well as struggles, conflicts, enemies, and 9th Lord of luck. Ketu is in the 12th house of losses. So this you have to just keep you have to remember it a little bit. I'll keep on remembering. In our horoscope with Cancer Lagna, the 10th house of profession is Aries, with Mars as the Lord. I have already told, in Cancer Lagna, Mars is the 10th Lord of profession. She became the Prime Minister for the first time on 24th January 1966 during Jupiter Mahadasha. During Jupiter Mahadasha. So you have to examine the Dasha Pravesh chart of Jupiter, because during that Mahadasha she became the Prime Minister for the first time. DPC means Dasha Pravesh chart of MDL Jupiter on 14 November 1954 at 1340 hours, means 1:40 p.m. At that time, Jupiter, the Mahadasha of Jupiter started on when 14th of November 1954, and she became the Prime Minister on 24th of January 1966 during the currency of Jupiter Mahadasha. So we'll erect the DPC Dasha Pravesh chart of Jupiter for 14 November 1954 at 1340 hours, with Allahabad as the birthplace, since her birthplace is Allahabad. It is the Dasha Pravesh chart. During a Dasha is a lengthy period. During a Dasha, many developments take place in the life of a person. You see, her DPC of Jupiter, Lagna, means Dasha Pravesh Lagna is Aquarius, and Saturn is the Lord. And Saturn is the Lord. Where is Saturn? Saturn is exalted. The Dasha Pravesh Lord is exalted. Dasha Pravesh Lagna Lord is exalted in Libra. And where is her moon in the birth chart? Moon is in Capricorn. So from Capricorn birth Lagna Lord, the Dasha Pravesh Lagna Lord is in mutual 10-4 position. So it is a good indication. Saturn is exalted. Mercury is also in Libra. Saturn is in Libra. Sun is in Libra, and Venus, the fourth lord, is in the Libra. And fourth house is Libra is the fourth house of her birth chart. See, all of them are expecting the natal 10th house, Aries. So something significant about her career is going to take place during Jupiter Mahadasha. Because of the concentration of planet in the 4th house and 10th house in the transit chart, because they are influencing the 4th house. You see, the 4th house is Libra. There are 4 planets transiting in the Dasha Pravesh chart in Libra. 4th house is the house of dignity, and it is the house of parliament also. So Bhavan, so it is their 4th planet, and from there they are expecting the 10th house of the birth chart. So something significant about her career is going to take place during Jupiter Mahadasha, as indicated by the Dasha Pravesh chart of Jupiter. And then see, Jupiter is exalted in the Dasha Pravesh chart. Mars is exalted in the Dasha Pravesh chart, being in Capricorn. Saturn is exalted in the Dasha Pravesh chart of Jupiter. 3 planets are exalted. So something very good is likely to take place, because 3 planets, exalted planet, they will give something, status, because exaltation means status. An exalted planet means it is a statusful planet, and that too 3 in the Dasha Pravesh chart of Jupiter. That means during the Jupiter Mahadasha, she is going to get some status, very high status. Because Saturn is exalted. Jupiter, Saturn is the seventh lord of Padaprapti of her birth chart, is exalted in the Dasha Pravesh chart of Jupiter. Jupiter himself is exalted in the Dasha Pravesh chart of Jupiter. He is the ninth lord of the birth chart, and Mars, who is the 10th lord, who is the 5th lord, who is a Juga Karaka, is also exalted in the Dasha Pravesh chart of Srimati Indira Gandhi. So it is an early indication that Jupiter Mahadasha will take her to dizzy height and give her a status during Jupiter Mahadasha. Confirmation. And she became the Prime Minister during Jupiter Mahadasha. So how it is easy, how it is interesting to analyze. See the indications. 3 planets are statusful, and these are all major planets. Saturn is a major planet, Jupiter is a major planet, Mars is a major planet. What more you need? She got the highest seat of the country as Prime Minister during Jupiter Mahadasha. This is the what is called this is the wonderfulness of Jupiter Mahadasha. Let me narrate, it will now become very clear. MDL Jupiter, the ninth lord of luck of the birth chart. For Cancer Lagna, Jupiter is the ninth lord. MDL Jupiter, the ninth lord of luck of the birth chart, is exalted in Cancer in the DPC of Jupiter and is in mutual aspect with an exalted Mars, the 10th lord of profession of birth chart. It is a Raj Yuga, mutual aspect between 9th lord and 10th lord is a Raj Yuga. Na? Mars is the 10th lord of birth chart and Jupiter is the 9th lord of the birth chart of Srimati Indira Gandhi, and they are in mutual aspect, means it is a Raj Yuga. And Raj Yuga is very of high level. It is not ordinary Raj Yuga because both Jupiter and Mars are exalted. Raj Yuga of exalted nature. So, the 10th lord of profession of the birth chart. 4 planets, exalted Saturn, the Lagna lord of the DPC, he is the promise of the DPC, the Lagna lord of the DPC, because why he is Lagna lord? Aquarius is the Lagna of the DPC of Jupiter. 4 planet, exalted Saturn, the Lagna lord of the DPC, Mercury, 5th lord of the DPC, the Sun, the 7th lord of Padaprapti of the DPC, and Venus, the 4th lord and 9th lord of DPC, a Juga Karaka. Venus is Juga Karaka for Aquarius. For Aquarius ascendant, Venus is Juga Karaka. It is the Dasha Pravesh Chart, DPC of Jupiter. Aspect the birth 10th house, Aries. Exalted Mars of the DPC, who is the 10th lord of the birth chart, also aspect the 10th house of profession of the birth chart in the sign Aries. You see, from Capricorn, Mars is in Capricorn, exalted, and from there, by his 4th aspect, he is aspecting the natal 10th house. Natal 10th house he has been aspecting. Also aspect the 10th house of profession. This clearly indicates that something great and memorable is going to take place in our professional life during the duration of Jupiter Mahadasha. She became the Prime Minister of India on 24 January 1966 during Jupiter Mahadasha and Sun Antardasha. Let us now examine the DPC of the Antardasha Lord Sun. We have already examined Jupiter has a very high promise with regard to our profession. It will not take rest until it takes her to dizzy height, Jupiter, during his Mahadasha. It will not take rest, Jupiter. It will not going to take rest. It will ensure that she reaches to the dizzy height. And it did it also by making her the Prime Minister during its Mahadasha. Let us now examine the DPC of the Antardasha Lord, the Sun. DPC of Sun, that Antardasha came later during Sun Mahadasha, during Jupiter Mahadasha. Jupiter, then Jupiter Saturn, then Jupiter Mercury, then Jupiter Ketu, then Jupiter Venus. It was the sixth Antardasha, Jupiter Sun. Because DPC of the Antardasha Lord Sun will be different from that of the from that of the DPC of the Mahadasha Lord Jupiter. It will come subsequently. DPC of Sun on the date and time of the commencement of Sun Antardasha in Jupiter Mahadasha on 27th May 1965 at 18:53 hours. Sun Mahadasha, Sun Antardasha in Jupiter Mahadasha started in her life on 27th of May 1965 at 18:53 hours at Allahabad. It is the Dasha Pravesh Chart of Antardasha Pravesh Chart of Sun. See, we will first see the Sun. Sun is in Taurus. Jupiter is in Taurus. Rahu is in Taurus. Venus is in Taurus. With Cancer birth Lagna, Taurus is the 11th house of gain. And see, there are 4 planets. Moreover, Jupiter is a major planet. Jupiter in our birth chart is in Taurus. It is transiting over his natal position. So something significant, Sun Mahadasha is also going to deliver her. And Sun, 11th, 4 planets are in the 11th house, including the Mahadasha Lord and the Antardasha Lord. Jupiter and Sun in the 11th house of gain. Mars is transiting. Mars, what is Mars in our birth chart? Mars is the 10th Lord of our birth chart, transiting over his natal position. Mars in the birth chart of Srimati Indira Gandhi is in Leo. It is transiting in the DPC of Sun. It is transiting in Leo. Saturn is transiting in his own sign, Aquarius. And see what is the 10th house of the birth chart. 10th house of the birth chart is Aries. In case of Cancer Lagna, Mars is the 10th Lord. Saturn has been aspecting the 10th house. From Aquarius, 10th house Aries. You see, what is the Lagna of the DPC of Sun, DPC of the Antardasha Lord Sun? Lagna is Scorpio. When Scorpio is the Lagna, what becomes the 10th house? It becomes Leo. And see, the natal 10th Lord Mars is in Leo. There is synergy between the 10th house of the Dasha Pravesh Chart and the 10th house of the 10th Lord of the birth chart. Birth chart 10th Lord is Mars. And you see, the 10th Lord Sun and Mars are in 4-10 mutual relationship. So something gainful definitely is going to take place in our life during Jupiter, Mahadasha and Sun, Antardasha, as per the Dasha Pravesh Paddhati. Lagna in the DPC of Sun is Scorpio, identical to the natal 5th house and aspected by the 5th and the 10th Lord Mars. Four planets, including the 11th Lord Venus, the MDL Jupiter, the ADL Sun, ADL means Antardasha Lord, MDL means Mahadasha Lord, MDL Jupiter, the Antardasha Lord Sun and Rahu are in Taurus, which is identical to the 11th house of gain of the birth chart, indicating that something gainful is likely to take place in the life of the native during Sun Antardasha in Jupiter Mahadasha. Moreover, Jupiter, the 9th Lord of luck of the birth chart, and Mars, the 10th Lord of profession of the birth chart, are transiting over their respective natal positions. I have shown now, indicating that some lucky events relating to her professional career will certainly take place during Sun Antardasha and Jupiter Mahadasha. Mars, the natal 10th Lord of the 10th house of Leo of the DPC, Mars, the natal 10th Lord for natal 10th Lord, not 10th Lord of the birth chart, the Mars, the natal 10th Lord in the 10th house of Leo of the DPC, with Scorpio ascendant of the DPC, it is Leo, the 10th house is that of the DPC, is a reiteration that something great was going to take place in a professional career during Sun Antardasha. She became the Prime Minister of India on 24 January 1966 during her Jupiter Sun, means Jupiter Mahadasha, Sun Antardasha. See how the Dasha Pravesh chart works fantastically in giving prediction. You can say, yes, you'll get a promotion during Sat Mahadasha, Sat Antardasha. With this method, and you will also definitely club the Antardasha result and Mahadasha result of the birth chart also. See how, what is the beauty? Now I have brought the DPC, means Dasha Pravesh chart of Saturn, because after Jupiter Mahadasha, she got Saturn Mahadasha also. It is going a bit lengthy. Please be attached to the presentation. You will learn something new. You see, in the DPC of Saturn, means Dasha Pravesh chart of Saturn, Saturn himself is debilitated. So during Saturn Mahadasha, what are the events took place in her life? She was removed from the power first, because in Dasha Pravesh chart, the Dasha Pravesh Lord is debilitated. She was removed from the power in 1977. She again regained the power. I will tell the reason. She was assassinated also during Saturn Mahadasha, and she lost her son Sanjay Gandhi also during Saturn Mahadasha. You see, Saturn in the DPC, Dasha Pravesh chart, is debilitated. It is not a good sign. But debilitation of Saturn is cancelled, and that too is in the birth 10th house. Aries is the birth 10th house, and Saturn is debilitated in the 10th house. So it will bring her down from the power. And it exactly did. She was removed from the power. She even lost her own seat. She was jailed also during Saturn Mahadasha. But the debilitation of Saturn is cancelled because Venus, who is the exalted sign lord of Saturn, has been aspecting Saturn. Jupiter is also aspecting Saturn. Sun is also aspecting Saturn. So there are not only aspecting Saturn, so there are 4 planets influencing her birth, 10th house of profession, which is Aries, in the Dasha Pravesh Chart of Mahadasha Lord Saturn. So she was first removed because Saturn is debilitated in the 10th house. First it will give the result of its debilitation, followed by the result of the cancellation. First she was removed from the power. She was brought down drastically. Nobody thought that Srimati Indira Gandhi will have such a sorrowful exit from the power. She was defeated by a nascent type of political party like Janata Dal or Janata Party. It was just a new party. Her party, her old party, was defeated miserably. Saturn did it. But there is a promise. The cancellation is, there is a cancellation of debilitation. So she regained the power also due to the cancellation. She again became the Prime Minister in 1980. In 1977, she was removed, and 1980 she managed to come back. Strong comeback because of the cancellation of the debilitation of the Saturn, the Mahadasha Lord, by Venus. Mars is also aspecting the 10th house. Mars is the debilitated sign lord of Saturn, and Mars is the 10th lord of the birth chart. By his 8th aspect has been aspecting 10th house. So significant thing happened with her in her life. She was removed from the power. She again managed to come back to the power because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 planets, including the Mahadasha Lord and birth 10th Lord, has been aspecting the 10th house of profession. So significant event took place. She had to come down from the power, and she was again took back to the power. It is the character of debilitation. In debilitation, first you will have to come back to the ground level. From there you will again start marching back upward. It is the rule of the debilitation, cancellation of Nichibhanga. So it was the thing. Is not the DPC technique to predict the period of an event incredible? The technique is result oriented and a trusted tool. There is no doubt about it. So it has now become a bit lengthy. So I want to cut short. I can predict thousands of events based on the DPC, but it would be a bit lengthy for you. So I have not brought the other DPC of the Antardasha Lord during Saturn Mahadasha. Just my intention was to share my knowledge, and so that you can use it. I think by now you could have used it. Use the technique shared by me, and what is called the script of this video will be available in my website www.vaishnamataastrology.com. You can read it from there also, and video is in your front of you. My astrological website, it will be there, the script. You can read it there also to understand it properly. Vaishnavamata.astrology.com. So let us close the session. Thanks for watching. If you have liked the video, please give a like, share it among your friends and relatives, and please, as usual, subscribe to the channel. I always subscribe back whosoever subscribe to my channel. It is not, I am not like others. I am very grateful person. If you subscribe, I will also subscribe your channel. If you subscribe my channel, I will reciprocate it by subscribing your channel. Those who have subscribed my channel, I have reciprocated. Everybody's channel I have subscribed. So you will get me as a subscriber against your subscribing my channel. So I hope you will give your love and affection by subscribing to my channel. Namaste.